if you are considering getting into animation in 2025, I highly recommend these two animation apps. For whatever reason, people are these enthusiastic artists out here. I thank God you guys do cartoons. I think making animation is fun and it's awesome, but you guys are using the most shittiest software to go ahead and do things with. So I only recommend two pieces of software if you are only doing this on a tablet. There are other people that like have Adobe Flash, they're using laptops and actually more advanced stuff. This is more of like the poor man's animator's kit. So I use an iPad. I animate with Rough Animator and Procreate Dreams. Other people would definitely, like more seasoned animators would use way more advanced software. They'll use Toon Boom, they'll use Adobe Flash. I can't remember anything else that they would normally use. But for the poor man's animation kit, you will have an iPad and you'll have one of two apps. My personal favorite is Rough Animator, and the reason why is because for Rough Animators, you guys can see the background. Do I have, yeah, the background? You guys can see I could edit the background. I can add another layer. As you can see, the aliens are also moving right here. So this was the very cons, and as you guys can see, it's like just so straightforward. That's why I like Rough Animator a lot. It's in your face and it's as straightforward as you want it to be, and that's what I like about it. And then I could also import audio right here, which, excuse me, I can import audio right here. I can loop animations, which is what happens with the fires and the aliens and Tails' tails, the helicopter tail. I can add as many layers as I want. That's why there's a background. There's background animation. There's stuff like that. And if I wanted to, let's say, oh, I want to go ahead and make this into one. I can go ahead and merge. I haven't merged these two yet. As you guys can see, they're very different. Let's try it. I've never done it before, so I can merge. See, it wasn't going to work. So that's also something that you got to be mindful for, because they, like, these, if you have two loop cycles going on, they have to be even to work. So these are uneven. That's why it's not going to work. But what I'm saying is that if let's say if these two were the same, then I could have merged them together and they would have been one single loop. So that's why I like Rough Animator. Rough Animator has so much potential, but for some reason there are you guys out there that animate on FlipaClip, and FlipaClip, to me, it's a piece of shit. And there's other animation software out there that's exactly like FlipaClip, and it's a piece of shit. So yes, I'm gonna dunk on FlipaClip. FlipaClip is fucking terrible. And another thing that you guys will have the advantage of is that Rough Animator has a fucking lasso tool. This is like your best friend anywhere. You can do so much with it. So I highly recommend Rough Animator. Rough Animator is the top spot right now. I would say Procreate Dreams also, because Procreate Dreams, let's go to Procreate Dreams. As you guys can see, I made the, we're going to talk about this animation as an example. I imported a video of a scrolling background that I animated, right? So this is why I like Rough Animator. If anything, you should use both of them in tandem to do stuff like this. So I imported a video for the background, which is, I animated that background with Rough Animator, and this was the end result. As you guys can see, smooth and nice. And then, excuse me, you guys will see that in the future. And then I like it because you could also do stuff like this, where there's stuff like this, that expression that Donkey Kong, Rareware Donkey Kong is making, is that I was able to go ahead and use the warp tool and other stuff here to make it more expressive, and that's what I want. And even the falling is has like squash and stretch features from that. That like there's some things that definitely Procreate did a little bit better than Rough Animator. The only thing that Procreate is missing is a goddamn lasso tool. That's my biggest beef with this app. This thing needs a lasso tool. I need to be able to copy and paste stuff. I need, like, if anything, if it weren't for that, and this thing needs a better timeline. If it weren't for all of that, Procreate would be at the very top. Procreate would be the fucking shit, but it's not. Like, they skimped out on some features, and it could be better. But I like that I can edit the drawings with warp and whatnot. Like, hold on, let me show you guys. Yeah, I can edit it with warp. I can distort it. I can move and scale it. Now, those features would be even better if there was a lasso tool, but unfortunately there isn't. At least not as of yet, but they've been waiting. They've been talking about an update for like the past year and a half. So hopefully this app will end up becoming more superb, because as you guys can see, the lines on this, it's better than Procreate. That's what I'll give to Procreate over Rough Animator. But if you use both of these together, this has potential of making some really, really good content if you so decide to get into animation. Also, here's another thing that I like about Procreate Dreams that I couldn't do. So, like, let's say I'm gonna take DK here on the top, right? This is already a run cycle. So this is what I love about this. So if I had a scrolling background and I hold it, that's tight. So it would automatically do it for me. I didn't put enough frames in that, but that was the whole point. Like, had I gone ahead and did that, because it was only one section of a watt cycle, but I could also like move it across the frame. So if I had a scrolling, like, let's say if I had a character with like a goofy walk and a slow moving background, that's actually useful for that. Or if I wanted a character walking from one end to another, that's way better. That's a lot easier. It's practical. The only problem is that they don't have any type of measurement tool, any ruler to keep it straight in a straight line. So that's the challenge right there, and it's just better for like a scrolling background if possible. But yeah, Rough Animator and Procreate are the only two animation apps that are good for people on a budget, because they still produce the same type of quality as superb animation apps. I wish that I hope Rough Animator does better, because I like how clean my drawings have been. I like that the paint fills perfectly. Rough Animator does not come to that type of quality. And I like that I can import videos. I like that I can hold an animation. I want to do this better. Hold on. Let me grab all of these guys right here. So I can group all of these, right? I'm going to group all of them at once. And now I'm going to try to hit record. So you guys can see. See, I can make the cartoon move forward. Like, let's say if I have a walk cycle already done, I can go ahead, drag it, and move it forward. That's fucking advanced as shit. That is really good. That's really, really good. So, if you know how to use both of these at the same time the way you want them, you can easily make something really, really great out of this. So, these two apps have the most potential of making really, really good animations. Please stop using FlipaClip. Please stop animating frame by frame without a timeline. Like, you have so much potential. Stop wasting it on these apps that don't fucking do shit for you. It's outrageous. But what do I know? Some, like, I just think people can do better. That's just my own opinion.